Wow. Oh, oh. Oh dear. What are we going to do with this? Well, I love the smell of machinery. I love the smell of tooling. You know, there's really it's funny, you wouldn't think that metal would have this much of a smell, but boy, you really smell that. Yeah. You know, it reminds me of, you know, there's sometimes you get that taste in your mouth when you have a certain type of medication. Well, taste of metal, boy. I love the smell of metal in the morning. I'll put that right there. Yeah. No, does it smell the same? You know what's funny is that this one doesn't smell at all. Right? This one has no fragrance, whereas the bit has a very pungent, very distinct. Yeah, I can almost taste it even now. But this is for later. This is for getting rid of things, basically. Well, I'm not going to use this on you now. This is a later gator situation. This, boy, you see, now this I love. This is one of my all-time favorites. You see, my grandfather, boy, he was a real craftsman. You see, and he made things. He built things with his hand. He actually, in fact, my great-grandfather, true story, up in Michigan, he dug out in the basement by hand with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. He actually just dug it out one load at a time. Boy, I appreciate that level of grit and perseverance. Now, this particular, see, I don't know if you know this. This is a very special type of hammer. It's called a ball peen hammer. Now, this is used for shaping metal. Yeah, you can just kind of like, you tippy tap. That's what that rounded end is for. It's for shaping sheet metal around something like a car fender or all kinds. Anytime you need to bend a piece of metal around something, you could use this little guy right there, just to tippy tap it away, and before you knew it, you could shape something. Now it took a lot. It took a lot of hits. That's the thing, you see. The old guys, boy, they didn't mind taking their time. They didn't mind at all. Not like you kids today. You're just so rush, 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 rush. But we're gonna get to this later. But boy, it's just, you know what also is neat? This tool is literally almost 100 years old. In fact, it may be over 100 years old. Isn't that special? Still see the marking on it. Let's see where they stamped Craftsman. Good old Sears Roebuck. And you can see all the indentations on the face. You know, this is a well-used tool. Ooh, and this one also has a, boy, this one has a fragrance to it. Almost, you know what's funny? Is that this bit right here came from the same grandfather. And it's funny how these old tools really have they have a fragrance to them. Like, you would be shocked. Well, you can tell, smell it again. Smell. And whereas the more modern things, I don't think they have quite as much of a, I don't know, patina is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. It's just you can smell the quality. And that's something that I like now. We can get to these later. I want to give you a little tour. Oh, not yet, but wait, there's one more. There's one more fun thing we're going to play with here in a little bit. Now, no. Have you been naughty? Look at me. Sorry. Have you been naughty or nice? That's a great question. Yeah, I happen to have it on good authority. Hey, you've been very naughty. Oh. How naughty have you been? See, that's what we're going to find out. We're going to find out how naughty you've been. Because the thing is, I hate bullies. Now, you may find that surprising. You may think, oh, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Mr. Joker, you hate bullies. I do. I do hate bullies. Because bullies ultimately are cowards. You see, in my experience, bullies like to play a big game. They pretend that they are so big and tough and they're so big and strong. But as soon as their chips are down, oh boy, they just start squealing like little pigs. Just like little pigs. Oh boy. And I don't know what we're gonna do about that. Do we? Yeah. Now, ironically. Ooh. Oh, look at that. What's he gonna do with that? Oh dear. Oh dear, what's he gonna do with that? That is a question, isn't it? What? What are we gonna do with this? Now, some might say this is overkill. To which I reply, who doesn't like overkill? Who doesn't enjoy who doesn't like a little joie de vivre, a little howdy doody? And well, I'm gonna just put this guy right over there for a minute, and I want you to come with me and see. I want you come. Hey, no, just stand up. I want you to stand up. Stop. Come here. Stand up. Okay. Because you're the definition of a bully. Again, it's not the cruelty that bothers me so much. It does, but it's really the color of it. You're all such color. Deep down, you're just a little baby crying out to mommy, when your chips are down. But boy, when your chips are up, when you have the advantage, you're just, oh, you're so tough. Oh, you're so strong and tough when your chips are up. But as soon as you lose the advantage, oh, you just get wishy-washy. And that I cannot abide. I can't abide. I'll tell you, you know who has way more than you can sit. Hey now, sit down, sit. Sit. You know who has way more courage than you could ever imagine. A mother. I've seen mothers do acts of bravery that almost make me weep. Against all odds, they know there's no hope. There's no way they're gonna survive, but they will completely put themselves in harm's way. Look at me. Don't look away from me. They will throw themselves right into harm's way, and they will sacrifice themselves for their child in a second. And they wouldn't think about it. They wouldn't even question. They will not even hesitate. But you are a coward. And because of that, this has to happen now. It's an old trope, They ask, why do I have these scars? The thing is, don't you go away on me like that. Thing is, my father, well, he was a bit of a drinker. And one night he comes stumbling home, and he goes into my mother's room, and he starts wailing on her, and she starts screaming and crying, and he says to her, "Why so serious?" And again, he was a bully, my father. And I came into the room, and I said, "Hey, no, it's just a young man. He's 14 years old." I said, "Stop it." And he came to me. He put this right to my mouth. And he said, No, you're a big, strong boy, aren't you? Why don't you turn that frown upside down?" And he drew these right across my cheeks, and then, while my mother screamed, I didn't make sound. I looked he could react. I grabbed it out of his hand, and I stuck it right through the bottom of his mouth, right inside the chin line, right there. Right there. You know, it's a funny thing. Most people think, you watch Hollywood movies and somebody takes some blade and they'll stab somebody and like keel over fast. It's not really how it works. In reality, you gotta really get after it a few times for it to really stick. Unless we're playing like you and me, unless we're playing around. Like, what if I just draw this along your ear? See, it starts to sound really intense really fast, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, don't cry. Listen. Look at me. Look at me! If you cry, I'm gonna make this a lot worse. Do you understand? If I see you shed a tear, don't you cry. Don't you dare cry. You do. I will make this the longest night of your life. However, you take this like a man. You take this like a man. We may be done in 10 minutes. 5 minutes, I don't even know. It's a mystery. I mean, I am not gonna pretend to know for sure, but let's just say it's kind of like the old Viking. Now, I don't know if this is true. You ever watch that show, Vikings? It's a fun show. And in it, there's one of the Vikings. He has to be punished. He did something bad to Ragnar. Now, they called it getting your eagle's wings, which is a very friendly term. Getting your eagle's wings. And in it, in order to not go to hell, what they do is they open up your back right down the middle, okay? And they take your lungs from outside your rib cage and they put them on hooks and they stretch them out behind you like eagle's wings. Now, the thing was, if you cried out during it, you were never going to get to Valhalla. And it meant certain shame and destitution upon your family forever and ever. So, while you were awake, they cut open your back right down the middle, right down your spine, and they removed your lungs from behind, and they spread them out. And you stayed there until you bled out. Talk about badass, boy. Those Vikings didn't mess around. Now, I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm honestly not a big fan of crazy torture, in spite of what may appear to be the contrary. I don't like excessive amounts of pain. I think it's unnecessary, which again, it's why people like you make me so sick. Because the thing is, you took pleasure in what you did. don't you cry. Hey, don't cry. Don't do it. Because at the time, you liked it, didn't you? You liked hurting those people. Really, they were kids. Which really just, I might take back my thoughts on a little bit of extra pain. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna have you sit right there. Don't, as they say, don't move. You can't. Even if you wanted to, but let's just say you're never gonna move again. And let's go back to our friend, Mr. Longdrill. Oh. Could be nice. This could just go right through your eye hole and basically give you a lobotomy. Did you know that they would, in the peak of lobotomies in the 1960s, they would either go in through the nose with basically an ice pick for all intents and purposes, or they would go in right here, right through the eye, right in the eyeball, right there, and they would take an ice pick, basically for all intents and purposes. They would take an ice pick and literally a hammer, and they would just sit there and just tap, 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 that ice pick right into your brain. And they would take that son of a bitch and they would just squish it around and scramble it. So the front part of your brain kind of became mush. Just a scrambled egg mush. And they did this. They did this to thousands of people. Can you imagine that? And I'm not kidding, thousands of people. And there was one doctor who was responsible for literally like over 1,000 of these things. Can you imagine that sadistic son of a bitch? You got to admire it in a way. Like he got in the right field to do what he wanted to do. And he scrambled a whole lot of brains. Just right through the eyeball, right through there. I'm not going to do that to you. I could. But I'm going to start with your knees because you got a lot of nerves down there. And let's see if we can do a little test. Let's see if you can be a Viking and earn your way into Valhalla. Oh, the whole torture thing. Well, I changed my mind. Turns out I'm going to make an exception for you just because I don't like you very much. Don't cry. You better not cry. You better not pout. No, you better not shout. You better not cry. Better watch out. I'm telling you why. The Joker is coming to town. Don't cry. Oh, I gotta take it out though. You're sweating. That's it. It's good. Sweat it out. Sweat it out. Sweat it out. You got this. Sweat it out. You gotta be balanced. We gotta go and get the other side. Grit your teeth. Grit your teeth. There you go. There you go. That's You got this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, I love it. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see you feel something for real. Feel it all. You got it. Because you did that to other people. You understand? Oh. If you scream, this goes longer. Shh. Quiet now. Quiet. And there we go. Breathe. Breathe through it. Breathe. Good. 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 Now, I'm going to switch tools. We're going to go small. We're going to go old school. We're going to just take this thing right here. This one is going to be your coup de grace because you are so good and brave. So we are going to start right here. But don't worry. It'll all be over soon. Shh. It'll all be over soon. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was fun. On to the next one, as they say. On to the next one. Thanks, Grandpa. I always appreciate you. Wish I would have got to know you better. Oh, disposing of things takes so long, so long.